You motherfuckers are on... Baby! Josh, stop! Josh, that's enough! Stop! That's enough! Hey, what? Come here! The fuck up!
Hey everyone, Mike here, and I'm back to do another review. Today we'll be doing something a little different. I'll be doing a film that just recently came out versus a film that came out 20, 30, 40 years ago. Before I dive right in, I just want to let you know there may be some pauses and some jump cuts in here because I need to wipe down the sweat that's pouring down off my body. It's got to be like 500 million degrees in this room. And as always, if you like this sort of content, if you want to watch more, please subscribe and follow us on this YouTube channel. You can also follow us on Instagram. Me and my friend Will, we run a multitude of different accounts to cater to different things that we're into and that we think you would like. So check all of that stuff out. We also have a Patreon, which you'll find down below if you feel so inclined. But enough of that. Let's get right into it. So today we're going to be talking about the brand recently released film, the 2020 film, The Rental. The Rental is a sort of horror thriller film directed by Dave Franco. James Franco's brother. And this is his first directorial debut. And it's actually got a really nice cast. It has Dan Stevens, who I've been a big fan of ever since he was in The Guest, which I just really, really loved. Alison Brie, who's a great actress. You know her from a bunch of stuff, but most recently probably Glow. And then Sheila Vand and Jeremy Allen White from Shameless. I don't watch Shameless, so this was kind of the first time I was seeing him, but I think he did a good job. I'll talk more about the acting in a minute. I just want to get right into it and talk about the film. As you know, I'm going to be just diving in and going through the whole film, so there's going to be definitely spoilers. So and this being a new film, I want to let you know there will be spoilers. So if this is a film that you are thinking about seeing, if you're on the fence about seeing, you may want to be aware that there may be some spoilers in here. I'll try to keep the big juicy things out, but we'll see how it goes. You've been warned. So The Rental is a pretty standard, pretty simple sort of home invasion kind of thriller. This guy who's like an app engineer or software engineer of some sort, with his partner Sheila Vand, they're doing some kind of launch of a new product, and to celebrate, they decide to rent out this awesome rental house right on the beach, overlooking it. It's beautiful, it's nice, and everything. And so he invites, he brings his wife along, and she brings her boyfriend along, who happens to be Dan Stevens' brother. Instead of giving you the character names, I'm just going to go by the actors' names, just because I think it'll be easier for you to follow along and not be so confused. So Dan Stevens and Alison Brie are husband and wife in this, and Sheila Vand and Jeremy Allen White are dating, and he's Dan Stevens' brother. And he's sort of kind of the screw-up in the family, not nearly as successful as Dan Stevens' character. He drives like Lyft, and she's his partner and really smart, and he's really smart. I forget what Alison Brie's character is or does, what her job is. Can't remember. Anyway, they get to this rental unit, and Toby Huss, who's been in a bunch of stuff, and he's the guy who kind of shows them around, and he kind of gives them a creepy vibe, almost like a racist undertone vibe, because Sheila Vand, who's a Muslim in this, Iranian woman in this, tried to rent out this place and was denied, and then Dan Stevens tried to rent it out like an hour later, and he was accepted. So there's some racial undertones in there. But he goes away, and the normal stuff happens. People go around and they look and they see the pretty sights and they want to party, and of course that Dan Stevens' character and his partner are flirting, and they clearly have something bubbling to the surface. And from the like first second they got there, I'm like, all right, so he's gonna cheat on his wife with her, and it's gonna cause this huge problem with his brother and his wife and all this other stuff. And of course that happens, right? He sleeps with her. They kind of both regret it, but not really, So Alison Brie's character and Jeremy Allen White's character, they go on a hike, and the other two pretend that they're too hungover because they got to stay home and talk about it. So they're talking, they're saying, it can't happen again, all the normal stuff you'd expect from a film. And then she's in the bathroom and she sees a little camera in the shower. So someone's been spying on them. And of course they're freaking out because they don't want to get caught for what they did. They think it's Toby Huss's character, the person who let them in, the racist guy. And so they're trying to figure out how to solve this. And they decide, you know what, let's just, he's the only one going to see it. Let's ignore it. Let's go about our day, and just forget about it. But of course, things happen, and Alison Brie's character invites him back over to fix the hot tub, and Sheila Van's character can't contain herself. She confronts him. He denies any knowledge. There's a scuffle, and Jeremy Allen White's character comes and he kind of beats him up, and he's like, freaking out. They're all freaking out. They all go trying to figure out what to do, and unbeknownst to them, someone sneaks into the house and kills him. So clearly, he wasn't the guy taping them. Someone else is, and that's pretty obvious from the beginning. He's clearly put there to be like a red herring, someone to distract you, to think, oh, maybe that's the guy, but it's really not. Very common device. And then, Alison Brie's character gets video of them screwing in the shower, and she's pissed, and she tries to drive off, and she's killed kind of off screen, and Dan Stevenson's character goes after her. He's killed. So those two are killed first, which is kind of surprising to me. And then back in the house, it's pretty standard. Both of them actually get killed, and then he goes off. The killer goes off. We never see his face. He goes off. He's in a new apartment. He's installing cameras, and the end credits you see just video of all his victims to be victims, right? So that's kind of the film in a nutshell. It's a really simple setup. The problem is, if you've seen any of The Strangers or Purge, or like any kind of film like Happy Games, any kind of film where there's a home invasion kind of angle, you've seen it all. There's nothing in here that's surprising or new or original or different. It's shot competently. It looks good. The acting's fine for the most part. The characters start doing really stupid things like they always do in films for some reason. It just brings it out, like, why are they doing this? I know she's like, the wife is pissed, but like, don't just get in your car in the middle of the night, like at 3 a.m., drive through the woods, like literally through the woods that you've never been into before, as you're crying and just swerving. Like, come on. So the film kind of, for me, is like hit and miss. Like, it looks good, the directing's fine, the acting's okay, but the script's kind of weak, the characters are kind of stupid, the characters are unlikable. Like, the two are screwing around. He's cheating on his wife, she's cheating on her boyfriend, who's his brother, and she says she really likes the boyfriend, but like clearly not enough. The boyfriend has a temper, and he just is a hothead. And the wife is kind of a hypocrite because she's mad that he's cheating, even though she hooked up with him beforehand when he was with the girl. So, like, there's a lot of contradictions like that. The title, The Rental, like, this annoys me about new films. Like, The Rental, like, that is such a generic, stupid title that says nothing about the film and is not memorable at all. Like, literally the next day I was like, what was that film called? It's that Dave Franco film. I'm not saying, oh, it was The Rental. I'm saying it was his film, because that's how I'm remembering it, because the title is completely nondescript, completely pointless. Go back to making really cool titles. They help. So, to me, it's a hit and miss kind of film. If you like, home invasion type of films, if you like independent films with nice scenery, or if you're a fan of one of these actors, check it out. It's an easy watch. If you're expecting something that's redefining the genre, that's going to be something cool, something different, something gory or super exciting or super weird, you're not going to find it. So, I hope you enjoy this review. I try to keep it short, as short as I could without rambling. I know I tend to ramble. Let me know if you like this film, if you're going to see it, if you have seen it, if you like me doing newer reviews, or if you like seeing me doing older films, retro films from back in the day. I kind of want to do both, because I do watch a lot of newer films, and I've watched a lot of older films, and I like talking about them. So if you like this kind of content, please, like I said, subscribe, leave me a comment. Talk to me. Let me know what you think. Let me know what films to review. Let me know what films to check out. There's so much stuff coming out that one person can't hardly be aware of all of it. So this has been Mike for Terrible Infant. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.